Hello, vegan food explorers. Okay, we have got a good one today. M&S, what is going on with the plant kitchen range? Well, they have had a massive change up of the iconic plant kitchen range. The biggest and most controversial part is that they have mixed in the vegan items into the meat options. So you can see this is the sausage section, and there is the vegan sausages there. It is the same with the bacon section. It's very interesting. You can also see that they have changed the branding from that really iconic luxurious blue to this kind of plant kitchen stamp, which I found really hard to find, really hard to find out where it is in the stores. So there is no longer that section for plant kitchen. It is all throughout. From an article in Plant-Based News, which I've linked below, they said that this is to support people who are looking to reduce meat in their diet and show off their great vegan products. In my opinion, I massively challenge this. Number one is having that dedicated section means consumers can go to the single section and find everything, like gluten-free, for example. Two, a big one is vegans that are a massive core market, of course, buying vegan items. Don't want to go to the meat aisle. I did not enjoy being in the bacon and sausage aisle. Not good. Number three, I feel like even if you do the above, you put them mixed up in the meat aisles and you don't have the dedicated section, you need to make sure these are clearly labeled. And I found it really hard. It works well in the dairy section because there's so many items and they're really clearly labeled. But when you just got one vegan sausage, in my opinion, don't think it works. So yeah, here we are in the pizza section. Now, they said in a Economist article, which I'll link below, they've not changed the number of products per se. That's right, they actually said per se. So, bit of a strange comment in my opinion. But I actually think that they have reduced the products, and you can see here they only have one vegan pizza here, and then you can see we then get into the sides here. You've got some onion rings. It was really limited for the vegan options here. So yeah, even though they say they haven't reduced them, maybe they mean the overall amount. I don't know, but yeah, I thought so you've then got these fries here. And again, there's no plant kitchen on these. You've got to work out which is vegan, which is not vegan. And then you've got a Santini tomato salad. So there are loads of other sides here that you couldn't have as a vegan, which I thought, I'm being totally honest, was very disappointing, to be honest. Again, over here, this is the plant kitchen garlic and mozzarella flatbread, which was so hard to find. I did actually, fortunately, manage to find it. But yeah, it's difficult, very difficult, very interesting decision. And yeah, that's your offering. That's your offering for pizza night at M&S for vegans at the moment. Taste of Asia, tastier than any takeaway. I thought that was a bold claim, very bold. Don't know what takeaways they're comparing it to. This was the family stir fry. It's kind of the same as the pizza meal deal thing where you get in inverted commas, protein, veg, noodles, and sauce. So £8, pretty good, serves two. But what in the world are the vegan options? Let's have a look. So we've got these vegetable gyozas, which again, confusingly does say vegan, but isn't plant kitchen. So I'm even more confused. I also used the word protein sparingly, seeing that this has less than 8 grams of protein in for the whole pack. So I think they're stretching it a little bit there. Then your options here, you've got some stir fry spring onion rice, which is the vegan option. Then, to be fair, Korean style tteokbokki. Tteokbokki is seriously nice. So quite cool to see that there. And then you've also got some stir fry Singapore noodles. An option, and also some stir fry chili and coriander noodles. So you've got quite a lot of options there, to be fair. Then a pea shoot medley, which is very interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, these vegetable mixes do look pretty awesome. Some really, yeah, I mean, rainbow, those are called rainbow. I think they could all be called rainbow. So fair play, these do look absolutely delicious. And to be fair, £8 for all of this is pretty good, but just is leaving a bit of a bad taste in my mouth, with the reduction of the options, some of the difficulty of finding them, and the confusion around the whole plant kitchen thing. So then some of these sauces as well are vegan, which is a good look. So there, yeah, you've got a whole different array of sauces. You've got this firecracker cracker chili, which I thought was quite interesting. Yeah, it does have the vegan logo on there, so this is starting to be a little bit easier. And you know what? Perhaps this is a first, trial at it, and it will get better. But found it very, very interesting decision. I'm honestly not sure what drove that. Would love to know that. So we'll continue doing updates and sharing that. No, no, no. So no on the pad thai sauce. Pad thai sauce. So yeah, you got to have your wits about you in here, and they're not making it super easy to find this, but at least they are branding it. If they're not having the Plant Kitchen logo on some things, at least yeah, it is still having a vegan logo on there. So yeah, then we're back here again, over to the meat aisle again for the burgers, and we've got some courgette, butternut squash, and harissa burgers. I also want to mention that this didn't just flow. I'm not just walking around going, oh, I'm now going to go to this section, like all other supermarkets I've done for this series. It was pretty confusing, the different sections. I was over in the pizza tonight section, then I was in the stir fry to go section, I was then in the bacon, then I was trying to find the burgers. I found it really complicated. And then we go over here. So even though they are going away apparently from the vegan meats, they still do have these things. So you've got the vegan Kiev there, and then we've also got these, which are 2 melt in the middle no fish cakes, which do look quite nice, to be honest. So there's clearly still some decent options here, but just some very strange decisions on how they've changed it. Again, we've got this vegetable lasagna, which I wasn't too keen in my opinion on the liquid in there, but at least you know it's going to be moist, right? And again, the packaging, I'm not a fan at all of the new Plant Kitchen Deliciously Vegan packaging. The old packaging was just so good, so good, so iconic, so easy to find. And again, we're over here for the pies, and it's, you're moving away these beef pies, things like that, chicken pies, to try and find the vegan no beef steak pie. And yeah, I just found it really, really difficult. Also, in the plant-based news article, they said that Lidl made a similar move of mixing the vegan with the non-vegan, and found that they had an increase of 7% since the location changed with the vegan items. In my opinion, that's totally different, because Lidl don't really have a dedicated year-round section, in my opinion. So it's not a fair comparison at all, to be honest. And I would not be surprised if there are other things at play there changing that figure and distorting it. But that is just my view, but that is how I feel. So over to the dairy section. Now this does make a lot of sense. Also, they've still got the old branding here, which, just look at it. It's so easy to see on the shelf here. So easy to grab it, so easy to see. And also, because there's multiple SKUs here, multiple different vegan options, it takes a significant part of the shelf space up. So you feel like there's a point of having this mixed in. When you're talking about vegan bacon and vegan burgers, surely it makes more sense to just combine them when there's just one vegan bacon, as it would be much easier to find. But anyway, there's some really interesting items here, and this packaging looked pretty cool, actually. So this was a salted caramel oat shake. We've got Plant Kitchen Vegan there in a different logo now. That's a different logo, so don't know what's going on here. But those do look delicious, to be fair. Again, we've got this oat, this chilled cold brew oat latte, and that, when I was shaking it up, did look really, really, really good. It was quite late when I was shooting this, so wasn't going to be buying it, but I was pretty close. It did look really, really delicious. So yeah, there clearly are these amazing products here, but I think how the format they're being presented is getting a little bit confusing. Again, we've got some chocolate oat drink here, which looks great. Great branding on here. And look at the whole section of plant milks here. We've got hazelnut, coconut, almond, soya, oats, all different sorts. Sweetened, unsweetened. Yeah, really, really interesting. 160. It's chilled as well. It's, not too crazy. We've got the barista as well. Especially, M&S is a premium brand, premium supermarket, let's face it. But yeah, and then you've got the branded Oat Outpro as well. So having this next to the milk makes a lot of sense, because it's this whole massive unit. Again, made a lot of sense. We're now over to the Ambient Art, and we've got this vegan mayonnaise. This is again in the new look and feel. But yeah, do love the jar format. Not so keen on the dust or wood dust on there, sawdust. I don't know what's going on in there, but not going to read into it and just move on. Yeah, vegan mayonnaise, nice little option there. Own brand as well. And then over here, again, more different options here. So you've got here Plant Kitchen vegan everything white sauce, which was made with almonds, which, you know, for a lasagna looks pretty interesting. Again, a bit dusty. Don't know what's going on there, but yeah, some pretty basic offerings there of different items. Also, again, this is in the old branding, which I found a bit confusing. As well, for soya bolognese, having 2.4 grams of protein per 100 grams, I thought was a bit odd, to be honest, but did look pretty delicious. It had, you know, really rich and glossy. Then this is a vegan tomato mascarpone style tomato sauce, which actually I thought with a little Italian stamp here did start to pique my interest. I started to get a bit more excited. Then we go over to the frozen section. And yeah, this was a whole hodgepodge of old branding and new branding. But we've got the Plant Kitchen butter, almond, and pecan nut roast. Look at that. That looks awesome. This for a big, you know, celebratory meal, birthday. I mean, it feels very Christmassy as well, doesn't it? I thought that was really, really interesting. Then we got the new branding. So we got some breaded no fish fingers. Yeah, you know, look quite nice. Solid. And again, this is now all bundled together in the frozen section. So got a bit confused here, but whatever. We're just going to crack on and just deal with it. Then over here, we've got the vegan chicken pieces, which I was trying to work out where the chicken pieces were in the picture, to be honest, but I think they're there just on the fork. So those look quite interesting. And then more items in this freezer. We've got these are vegan bangers, and they were super short and fat, but they look pretty good, to be honest, in those little buns. They look really, really quite funny, to be honest. Then we've got your classic no beef burgers, which, yeah, again, looking solid. Nice photography on there. Look juicy, look moist, look, you know, pretty delicious. So yeah, and you get quite a few in there. They're quite thick, actually, even though there's two in each pod. Those do look pretty seriously sized in there. So the frozen section was definitely looking up. And then over here to the vegan ice cream section. And again, we've got this vegan salted caramel and biscuit ice cream, which I've never seen before and look really good. Really, really good. Again, this almost went in my basket, but had other tasks to do, so couldn't stop. Then this vegan Madagascan vanilla ice cream. Again, look really, really solid, and add definitely, you know, another option onto there. So you kind of got a bit more of a flavour punch and then a bit more of a classic flavour. Thought was great. And to top off the madness, they had this whole section on the brain ball. Our brain ball is, I can't even speak. Yeah, it was a brain ball, which is essentially like an energy ball or something like that. But it was vegan, which I thought was really, really cool. Yeah, mixed berry ball with almond butter and coated in raspberry powder. I thought one of the strangest items I've ever seen in my life, but in a supermarket. But I thought quite interesting. They also had this brain food granola superseded cereal, which again has the vegan symbol on. It's not Plant Kitchen, but it is vegan, so why not? I thought it was pretty bonkers, to be honest. Is in my opinion. They also had this drink which was called Oat of the Blue, which was another brain food. And when you shook it, it was the most insane colours and texture. So yeah, really, really interesting that the M&S team are making some bold moves here. For the Plant Kitchen, for me, I'm pretty sad. It was one of my favourite ranges out there, and I think the changes that have been made are not going to make it better, in my opinion. So hopefully it's going to be refined and adapted as they go for the better. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think it's good, bad? What do you think about mixing the items into the meat section with the vegan items? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and of course, we will see you in the next video.